Hello and welcome. A new intro every time, and it's never written down. Welcome to Double Dragon Trouble, our weekly D&D stream where we play Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition homebrew campaign set in the Forgotten Realms. The dragons ruling the world, where we have heroes. Luckily, we have heroes who are fighting against the tyranny. Sometimes we have many heroes, sometimes we only have half of the team. Today we have 2 heroes joining me.
Woo.
Starting with the shortest, we have Hilde Bergkargener playing Bright Scratch, the Tabaxi fighter. And then we have Chris Jørgensener playing Dagos, the Triton paladin. And then, of course, I'm the DM, Thijs Petersen.
These names, better and better.
They become more and more intertwined and folded and intricate. Anyway, so last time you finished off the Battle of Daggerford in an attempt to rescue the town from the cult of the dragons. And you succeeded. You fought your way through the street, you set a lot of buildings on fire, accidentally, presumably. You killed a lot of people. You killed 2 dragons. And yeah, a lot of stuff has happened since you were with us last time, Hilde. So, yeah, you have achieved success, victory, and you were celebrated in the halls of Daggerford Keep by Pike Daggerford, the son of the former Lady of Daggerford, Lady Daggerford. So, it was quite the party. You wake up the next morning, you get outside in the sunshine, and you're like, oh man, we've been partying so hard. And you notice that Bethrogar, your dwarf barbarian companion, and Dinok, your wood elf monk companion, apparently drank so much yesterday that they're kind of in a daze. They're with you, but they're not really interacting with anyone.
That's a good explanation.
Yes. So you're kind of standing outside, looking over the town. Most of the northwestern part of the town has been burnt down, so it's just like black, charred ruins, smoking, smearing the pristine morning sky with this grey smudge. You can see people on the walls. They're already set up some patrol routines and stuff. So people are slowly getting used to the fact that the town is now under the influence, the control of the Daggerford family once more. As you stand there, you are joined by Pike Daggerford himself, striding outside, looking over his town. Good morning. It's a beautiful sight, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Also, Ron, I must thank you for the part you took in the battle yesterday.
Of course.
I hope that the gifts will suffice. As I promised, I have also had a boat prepared. My people have been working on it throughout the night, and it will serve you well on your journey.
Is it ready now?
It is ready. Looks at a Bright Scratch. Oh, I didn't see you in the battle, but I assume that you were vital to the effort of your team.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm just really good at.
I've heard something about ceilings.
Oh yeah, I love.
Anyway, so he sort of like points down towards the docks. Yes, the boat is prepared. I have had it fitted with rations for 4 people. It should last you for at least 2 weeks.
Is there any?
Perfect.
Excuse me.
Is there any fish?
I don't know.
I just
right.
back away from her.
Oh yeah. I see. Well, of course, it will be insensitive of us to include fish in the diet.
It's fine. We eat them all the time where I'm from.
Oh, I was a bit worried about that. So yes, then I can speak freely now and say yes, there are indeed fish in the rations. You will also find plenty of fish in the river. It hasn't been fished for a long time since the dragons took over, so it's at least some species are happy about this new world order.
I look at my cloth and they are ready. Have some fish.
I can have some fish brought right away if that's what you desire. Have you broken your fast yet?
My eyes just goes like a bit crazy. That I'm like, oh.
So, what are your plans? Are you intending to leave us today, or you're of course more than welcome to stay, but I understand you have an important mission.
Yes, I think we better leave today. Even though we will return, we have the blacksmith is making something for us.
Very good. Well, if you require anything of me, then just say the word. I will be around, mainly about to keep organizing the new administration, all that. We also need to rebuild parts of the town. There's a lot of stuff to be done.
Of course. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
My thanks. And he bows to you ever so slightly. Then he turns, and as he turns to move inside the castle, you can see he has this long sword strapped at his side now, the family heirloom, and that's just like one of the guards leaning against the watchtower nearby. So like looks over at you. That sword is pretty expensive. They say that it's been in the family for generations. They say someone once cut an anvil in two with that sword. They say it never dulls.
You fucker. Yes, it's quite impressive. Anyway, are you fit for fight, Bright Scratch? It's been a while.
Yes, I am ready.
A lot has happened while you were in sort of a hazy state.
I don't know what happened, but I'm ready.
So you remember vaguely, like flashes of memories from the floor of the chariot. You remember racing through a street. You remember seeing Dinoc throwing firebombs over the sides of the chariot. You remember screams. You remember a green dragon flying in the sky. You remember being tugged around the narrow streets by Steve. Well, you don't. I guess you remember the feast because someone went out there. Are you actually going to join us in these festivities? And I presume you joined.
I'm still fine.
It's probably best if you talk a little down into your mic, just because the audio quality.
Sorry.
That's a general thing. The audio quality might not be the best this time around.
Yeah, it's not the best headset.
It's a work in progress.
Yes. It'll get better when you're not using your phone.
Someday. All right. So, what do you want to do? You are out there in front of the keep.
Right. Is there anything you want to do while we're in town? We have the blacksmith making some armor for us. Or for us, for me. I'm the only one who uses proper armor.
Yeah. And we have food.
Yeah, he put some rations and stuff.
I think we're good. Do we need anything else?
I don't know what you like to do in town. Could be anything.
No, I'm fine.
Alright. Well, I assume we better go then.
Yeah. Let's go.
See if we can catch up to the cultists.
All right. So you go down to the docks. You pass the temple, and you can see Father Bright Days just standing outside, looking over. Oh, what a beautiful! And then he sees you, and it's just like, oh. Just points at you as you pass by. You'll be the death of us all!
Don't worry, we're leaving now.
Cashew!
Yeah, he doesn't like us very much.
I just do this. I don't.
What's the cat doing here?
I was always here. You just didn't see me.
God. I pay it all. And runs inside his temple again, slams the door.
Yeah. coward.
Well, he's an old man. So you get down to the docks, and you can see the only boat really in the entire. Well, it's not really a harbor. It's more like a jetty, basically. And you walk down there. There's only one boat, and you can see a few people just dumping some crates down there, just checking the ropes and doing a bit of waiting around. And as they see you approach, one of them gets up, dusts his hands off, take us. And he looks at Brightgrass. I'm not familiar with your name, but you're obviously also welcome. This is the vessel that Lord Pike has ordered us to prepare for your journey. The Valiant. He steps aside and sort of like makes a gesture to the boat. So it's not a big boat, but I mean it's obviously made for traveling on rivers. So there'll be plenty of room for 4 people.
Thank you. It looks great. Good work.
Are any of you familiar with the art of sailing such vessels?
Not really, to be honest. Where I'm from, you can imagine boats aren't really.
I suppose that makes sense.
I don't know about the cat though.
I'm from the jungle, so do I even know what a boat is?
Well, I guess you came to Waterdeep on a boat, probably.
Oh yeah, right.
So yeah, you're experienced with being on a boat, but probably not sailing a boat.
Yeah, I know how to be on a boat. Not sailing it though. I don't know how to control this big thing. It is confusing for me.
At that point, Bethroga steps forward and recounts the fact that she is, in fact, a sailor.
Yeah.
Or at least she was. So she knows how to handle a boat. So, very well. Otherwise, well, we could have spared a couple of hands to help you control the boat, but we would rather keep them here. There's a lot of work to be done.
Of course. Also, we can't bring our chariot, so take good care of that while it's here. We will return.
We'll make sure it's parked somewhere dry and safe.
Thank you.
I had taken to the stables of the keep.
Perfect.
Well, the Valiant is all yours.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
We appreciate that. All right. We are ready, I think.
Gets off the boat. The sort of like crowds aside. And there's a small crowd gathering at the docks, clearly here to see you leave.
Steve?
Yes, sir?
I doubt you can fit on this boat. In your current form, at least.
Sure, I can follow you on land if you want me to.
Yeah, we can talk within a mile. So.
Or you can just, call upon me when you need me.
Yes. But you're a good scout. Why not just follow the river along us?
I can do that.
I'll
do that. Over and out.
Yes. All right. Anything else? Bright Scratch?
No.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, so
Well, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye!
I'm just waving like this.
There's a lot of people clapping. Bravo! 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 You can see in the crowd, like a lot of smiles, a lot of thumbs up there. Good job with the dragons. And, you can see the blacksmith standing there with his beard. That'll be a fine suit of armor for you when you return.
Thank you. Bethroga, take us away.
You climb aboard. Just before you board the boat, you see that the priest is also in the crowd, just shaking his fist at you.
I just again towards him.
I'll curse that vessel. I'll curse it. Points towards the ship. Then you get on board. Bethroga gets to work with the moorings and undocking and unfolding the sail, and you start to pull away from the jetty. And she points the boat up the river, and you start sailing generally in an eastern direction.
Okay. Well, we have some catching up to do. We'll see if we can track them, but it's harder to track people in a river than it is on road. But also, there's really only one route they can go, so far at least. I don't know when the river splits.
Just have to try and see.
Yes.
Maybe you should have gotten a map from the quartermaster. Who needs a map?
Jokes.
So just out of nowhere, Dagger starts to laugh because he thought of something funny, apparently.
Why are you laughing?
No reason.
All right, so you slowly make your way up the river. The wind is not extreme. It's a shallow breeze that slowly, just about, makes you move against the current. You can see in the boat there are oars if you want to speed things up. So that is definitely an option. Otherwise, you're just going to slowly make your way up the river. Behind you see Daggerford disappearing, and then at one point you turn a corner, like a bend in the river, and the town just disappears behind some trees and stuff. And then you're free on the river. On each side is just wide landscapes. You can see signs of farms and stuff that were once there, but they've been abandoned for decades. So nature sort of taking over again. The fields have turned to shrublands. The forests have encroached. All that kind of stuff. So very peaceful. There are birds singing, flying from bushes nearby. There are shallow plants in the water's edge. Very, very pleasant. Sun is shining.
Do you want to go faster?
Yeah.
Alright, I give her both oars.
I try to speed it up.
And then I jump in the water.
Alright.
And start swimming along.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense. You start swimming, and Bright Scratch, you grab the oars, start rowing the boat. And I suppose before I could also do it because she is a strong dwarf. So you both speed up the boat, and Dagger, you swim alongside, and you can see on land, sort of cresting a hill here and there, is Steve just running alongside the river. So sometimes having to go a long way around a bend, sometimes being able to make shortcuts, but generally keeping within sight. You progress like this for most of the day. Towards the evening, you come to a bend in the river, and up ahead you see there's a hill pretty close to the river. It looks artificial in a way because it's so close to the river, and it's kind of out of place in the landscape. And on top of it, there are standing stones covered with moss.
We slow down.
Nice.
Just so we don't crash into anything.
Shit, you crashed into the next event. So you pull in the oars and you are slowly sailing towards it. A faint wind in the sail. And it's getting dark, but there's still some light. So you see that you have to pass pretty close to this circle as you go by.
I just see the boat slow down, and then I get up from under the water, because I've just been underwater the whole time. Why are we slowing down? What's...
You look up and just see this on the hill above you.
Oh.
I just point, I'm like, that's why.
Oh. What is that?
And as Bright Scratch points, you see among the standing stones, there's a figure that sort of pokes around one of them, and then slowly retracts behind one of the stones.
Did you see that?
What?
There's someone or something up there.
Oh.
Poking and looking at us.
Oh, a person? Do you want to check it out?
I can check it out. That's fine.
Alright, you see Mika. Call for me if you need help, but...
First.
Okay, so Bathrogar steers the boat towards the edge of the river, sort of like just bobbing into some of the plants and stuff, gently coming to a halt. And yeah, Barskash, you can make your way up the hill. Do you want to do that stealthily, or
Oh yeah.
do you want to try to do it stealthily?
Yeah.
All right, then give me a roll.
That is unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You start moving up the side of the hill. There's like small shrubberies here and there, and some tall grass, some natural rocks poking out of the ground. So you sort of like use them, stick to the shadows, and you make your way up to the standing stones, and you look inside the circle, and you can see next to one of the stones, a bit distance away from you, maybe 20 feet, there's a hunched person standing and just looking around the stone down at the boat. Looks like the person is wearing like a robe or a cloak covered in like bits of cloth torn up here and there, maybe a few leaves here and there, a few twigs sticking out.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So there's only one person.
Oh, you can make a perception check.
And 9.
9. Yeah, that's only one.
Okay.
The smile.
So,
yeah.
what do you want to do?
I just try to sneak up and like, hello, what are you doing? Why are you looking at us?
So as you do that and you start talking, the figure just jumps from like the shock of someone suddenly talking to him. No! And the hood falls down, and you can see it's an old lady, long, wiry gray hair.
Oh
like,
no, not another one.
You nearly gave me a heart attack. So you look like a cat.
Yeah.
Are you a tabaxi?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen one before.
Why do you have like crazy eyes right now?
I'm sorry. I don't see many people these days. There haven't been a lot of people in the river lately.
But why
Probably
were you
not.
looking at us?
Well, I was curious. I was considering giving you a warning.
A warning?
Yes.
Okay. What kind
gosh.
of warning?
Someone is trying to call you, I think.
Oh god.
Well, you seem nicer. So, maybe you should tell your friends that. You should not. You should not You should not go up the river. It's dangerous. Only a day ago, a group of boats, barges carrying dragon cultists.
Jesus Christ. That's gonna be an issue.
Carrying dragon cultists. They went up the river. You're going the same direction. If you keep going up the river, you're gonna bump into them, I'm sure. Your boat looks a lot faster than theirs.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
I just stand there and look at her like, okay.
Do I see them just talking?
Well, you can probably see that they're standing next to each other.
Do you want to talk to my friends?
Well, certainly. If they will heed the warning. I fear that if you continue on your journey, only death you will find.
Yeah, I call for take us. Sorry. Like
I'm hurt.
I'm sorry, I haven't done this in so many weeks. Yeah, I call for Dagus and like, hey, get up
Hey,
here.
you
This is
fish
kind of
man,
cool.
whatever your name is.
This is kind of cool. Come and listen to this.
Alright, I get up off the river and start
Alright,
heading.
and Bethroga and Dinok also follows you up.
Okay.
So you climb the hill, get into among the standing stones. You can see this old lady wearing this brown cloak that looks like it's covered with leaves. It's kind of like a camouflage cloak almost. She looks over at you. Oh my! Are you a Triton?
I am. How do you know? Not a lot of people realize.
I've read many books.
Oh.
A tabaxi and a Triton in the same day. Oh, this is exciting. But you must heed my warning. This river is being traversed by dragon cultists. They are moving towards the Cumber. If you are going the same way, you're going to bump into them. And I'm sure it will not be pleasant. The dragon cultists, they kill people. I don't know if you know this, but you probably do.
Yes. Well, we're actually following them.
Why? It's dangerous.
Yeah, well, everything is dangerous these days.
No, it isn't. I live up here. She like points towards the one end of the standing stones. And you can see against one of them there's a small like cabin built alongside the stone.
I am going to just keep my hand on my sword and be ready.
Alright. Well, if you're going after them, you must be adventurous. I've not seen adventurers for decades.
No.
I'm
Well,
kind of scared right now.
Is it true?
That we're adventurous.
Yes.
Well, I suppose this is sort of an adventure, so I guess.
I didn't think there were adventures anymore. Maybe this is a sign of better times coming.
Hopefully.
So you're going after the dragon cultists.
Yes.
What are you going to do when you catch them?
Well, for now, this particular set of dragon cultists, we're just gonna keep an eye on them. See what they're doing.
Very well.
Do you know Daggerford? I assume you do.
Yes.
We just freed
I
that
was
city.
born there.
Oh, really?
You did?
Yes.
I see. Well,
In
I hope it
case-
doesn't suffer the same fate as the Cumber then.
I just
What?
lean over to Dagus and like,
What?
oh yeah, dude, this is actually.
Just lean away from the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I lean over to Dagus and whisper, I don't trust this woman.
I understand why.
PTSD, man.
What is the fate of... What's it called? What you just said?
Secumber. It was a small town up the river.
Oh,
You're gonna find it in a few days if you keep going up the river.
right. Well, what happened to it?
When the dragons came in the first place, they stood their ground. They were proud people. You know, they were mostly farmers and people of the land, proud of their place. They were not going to give it up. So the dragons burned down the whole place.
No.
Killed everyone who didn't flee. It's a ruin now. Hopefully, Daggerford would not suffer the same fate.
No.
But if they're adventurous again, there was a time when adventurers would travel across the world and slay dragons and do good stuff. It's been a long time.
It has. I remember.
Yeah, you
Before
do.
the war.
Ah, yes. Tritons, they go old. Very old.
Yes, well, I'm not the oldest, but still older than most here, I assume.
Maybe. Dwarves also grow old.
Yes.
She looks at Bethroga. I have one question that it's burning on my tongue. I must get it out if you will allow me.
Sure.
What happened to your soul?
I draw my sword.
Instead, like, I mean, no offense. I was just curious. Why don't you have your soul with you?
How do you know this?
I see things.
The last old woman we spoke to who saw things took my soul. So excuse me for being a little cautious.
Oh, you've encountered a hack.
Yes.
Did you kill her?
No.
Shame. But they are
Indeed.
hard to kill. Terrible creatures. But I'm no hack. Just an old lady.
Can I see if she's lying?
You can make an insight check.
18.
18. You think she's being genuine. At least she doesn't think she is speaking a lie.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a hack just to be able to see this. It's not anything about magic. It's just when you've lived this long, you see faces, you know how they react, you know what they do. And she also looks at D-Lock, and you're not the only one.
No. We had to strike a bargain, unfortunately.
She looks
I
down.
look down on the ground. No.
She looks at your hand. Part of the bargain.
You could say so.
Wow, you've been most unfortunate then.
Yes. Do you know what the consequences are of not having a soul? Because so far, this, I show my hand, has been more of an inconvenience.
Well, that is indeed an inconvenience, but I think you'll find that it is small compared to the inconvenience of selling your soul to a hack.
In what way?
Will you come to my hut so we can sit around a warm fire and talk about this instead of standing out here? The wind is picking up and I'm getting cold.
I'm just shaking my head.
If you are still
I'm not
afraid
going in there.
of me, you should not be. But if you are, well, you can make whatever precautions you feel is necessary. I don't mind. I'm not gonna spring any tricks on you. But I suppose if you have been encountering a hack recently, you're right to be suspicious.
Can we talk for a few seconds together?
Of course. Well, if you decide to learn more, I will be in my hut. If you do not desire this, you're free to, of course, go back to your boat and continue your journey. If you need a place that is safe to stay for the night, you can also pitch your tents if you have them in this place. It is sacred ground. It will keep you somewhat safe throughout the night. And she picks up her hood again, puts it over her head, and slowly makes her way back to the hut that is sort of built up against one of these great stones.
So?
I don't think she's lying.
No.
I don't think she's lying, but it's a bit shady for me.
Yes.
So.
But I assume it's better to rest here than on a boat.
True. Should we take the chance?
Yes. I think we might. Hold on.
In worst case scenario, you can just call Steve and we can run out and jump on his back and ride away.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Steve, he's sort of trotting into the stone circle now, just looking around. You are a fey steed.
Right. Let me just... Does this work? I have to read up on all the paladin things. Where is channel divinity? Oh, there it is. Does it
I
cost a
don't
spell
know.
slot?
I think you have a certain amount of Zoe de Vinces per day. And then someone's trying to call you. There's this weird buzzing sound coming from the hut. It's dark magic.
Oh, yes. All right.
What do you want to do?
Steve, will you please walk about, I don't know, just 60 feet away, just to be sure.
Certainly. Like trots around away. 61 feet away from you.
I go to the old woman.
Well, she has left you and she's inside her hut now.
Okay.
So
Well, then then we go for the hut, or I do at least.
Yeah. Follow.
I have a test for her.
All right. Do you want to go inside, or there like one window with like branches and stuff making out the frame? Pretty crude. Then they're patched with mud, sort of to keep out the wind.
Is there a normal door, or is it just open?
Yeah, there's a door.
I just knock.
Well, you're free to come in. I'm gonna have to open the door for you.
No, I open the door.
All right. You look inside and you find it's not a luxurious place, but it's a nice home. Clean floor. The walls look like they're made of like timbers from different structures. Maybe they're scavenged from old buildings and driftwood and stuff. There's like a pallet in one side, some wicker baskets over there in the corner. And then there's the central hearth and a hole in the top of the roof where the smoke can sort of get out. And the old woman is sort of standing next to the fire with a pot on a tripod over it. I don't have many places to sit, but I'm sure the ground will suffice for you.
Would you mind, just as a precaution, that I just do a little test?
Well, as long as it doesn't hurt me. No. You can go on ahead.
Of course. I use Turn the Faithless.
All right. So what does that do exactly?
Any fiend or fae has to make a saving throw.
All right.
Or be turned or frightened of me or whatever.
You cast the magic, the spell, and it doesn't seem to affect her. She just frowns a bit. Was I supposed to feel anything?
No. You are perfectly good. All right, we're ready. It was just a little.
Very well. I'm afraid I've only made food for myself. I hope you brought your own.
We have rations.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Very good. I don't want to be unfriendly or anything.
Of course.
But it's difficult to scratch a living out here.
Yes.
But you can do sit around, warm yourself at the fire. And she takes a bowl and pours some food for herself and starts eating it.
So do you just live out here, to get away from the dragon cult? Or?
Well, I lived here a long time, since even long before the dragons came.
Oh.
I always liked being a bit solitary, the quietness, just being one with the nature. It's easier to speak with the spirits of the land when you're not inside a town.
What kind of spirits do you speak to?
The spirits of the land, the ghosts, the nymphs of the river, the whispers in the forest, the laughter in the wind. Well, they're all around us if you know where to listen.
I suppose we have something in common then. You see, I've made an oath to a lake spirit, so.
By which name? Maybe I know it.
Eldath.
Good choice.
Thank you. So, I learned about her from some sea elves a while back.
Favored by the elf for certain. maybe I can be of service to you. You had questions. You don't know the consequences of selling your own soul, and that you went ahead with it. It's strange. It's bold. But maybe it was to save someone else.
I just keep looking down on the ground like,
Yes, it was a worthy sacrifice. I must say, I was surprised that I can still, use my gifts that Eldath has
You
given
still
me.
have all your faculties, you might say.
Yes.
There are 3 main drawbacks of losing your soul.
Do tell.
Well, first of all, the nature of the pact that you have made has trapped your soul somewhere. It is in the power of the hag that you made the bargain with.
Yes.
She is. There's this weird buzzing sound inside the hut.
What is that?
It's your soul calling you. But she is keeping it in some kind of container, and she's going to keep doing that until it is transferred to another vessel. It's going to be passed around like coins in a purse, like a butter in a bag, if you know what I mean. Well, you're a Triton, so maybe you don't know much about butter.
No, not really. But coins in a
Like
purse, I understand.
sand on the waves.
Okay.
This means that your vessel, and she like indicates yourself, your body, it no longer contains your soul, which means that if this vessel should perish, no magic will be able to bring you back, because the essential part of that ritual relies on drawing the soul back into the body. Even the most powerful spells that recreate the body still requires the soul. Without the soul, no body. However, your body will continue to live on, even if your soul is somewhere away. Normally, I guess that would not be the biggest problem for people, but if you are indeed an adventurer,
Yes.
then that might be of a concern.
I've gotten close before.
Yes. There was a timer many years ago, before the dragons came. Maybe you've heard about it. There was a death curse upon the land that prevented people from being resurrected. Eventually, the curse was broken, but it caused a lot of grievance. It is a similar situation you find yourself in. There's also the willpower of your being. You might find yourself more perceptible to charms and tricks, that kind of stuff. Tricks of the Fey kind. And then there's, of course, the old risk of the soul being consumed in some kind of ritual. To many people, a soul is a currency that they can barter for other services or gifts. But to some, kind of the end user, if you like, the soul is a fuel that will power their spells, their rituals, their magic. And if that happens, if your soul is destroyed, your body will perish as well.
Well, that's certainly not good. Well, I assume we have to go
It is
hag
of
hunting at some point.
little comfort to you, but hags are fond of using souls as a means of bartering. So it could have been worse. Could have been a devil.
Yes.
can we get it back though?
If the container in which your soul is broken, your soul will find its way back. The only thing that keeps it away from your body is the containment spells of whatever vessel that has trapped it. It is like a band of rubber. As soon as it is released, it will slam back into your vessel, and you will be one again. But of course, the trick is finding the vessel.
Yes. We're not even sure the same hag has it anymore.
As I said, hags do tend to use souls for bartering, so it might very well be that she has already traded them for something else.
Yes.
She didn't, by any chance, happen to say anything about what she was going to use it for?
I believe she
Right.
may have mentioned a leader or a master or something. But not a lot of details were given.
Interesting. Well, there's a way to find out where the vessel is.
Something you know about?
Well, it requires a very important piece. It is a spell, but it requires an elf. But you seem to be in luck, as he glances at Dinok. As you may know, elves do not sleep. They enter trance. When they're young, they see visions from their former lives, before their soul was reincarnated. When they grow older, they start having visions of their own life. There are spells that can be used to track a soul through this trance. It is not without risk, though, but it is possible. And I might just know how to do it.
What kind of risk are we talking about?
We will be calling upon the spirits of the land. Some of them are benevolent, and they will aid us. Some of them are not, and they will try to hinder us. But you are brave adventurers. I would not do it on my own. But you seem capable of defending yourselves.
Yeah, we've done it in the past. So is it something you want to do now?
It depends on you entirely. I just spent my days out here, watching the sun, watching the river, speaking to the passerbys that happen to be of reasonable culture.
These spirits, are they fey?
Some of them may be, some of them may not be.
Well,
but they're definitely all undead.
This does seem like an offer that is hard to refuse. Do you think we're capable, Bright Scratch? The two of us.
Yeah.
The others are not still fully themselves. There's a lot of drink.
Well, I guess Bethroga can wield an axe.
Oh, that's good. That's our main damage.
Yeah. I think we're...
Right. Well, what do you say if we rest first and then get started tomorrow?
We can do that. But the spell must be cast after sunset and before sunrise. If we wait for too long, you will have to wait another day.
What time is it now?
So you think it's around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. The sun is sort of like this dark red disc in the far distance, touching the trees of nearby forest.
Alright. Time's just... Oh, I can just finish a short rest. Good to know. Well, we don't need to wait till tomorrow. For my sake, actually. If we just have a bit of a break, maybe get some food, relax for a bit, then
I also need
I'll
to
be
prepare
ready.
the ritual. If you want to do it tonight, I will get started on it.
I can run down to the boat and get some.
Good idea. Then let's do it.
Very good. And now, of course, I assume that the elf consents to this. Dinok
I just look at it. No. All right.
Says, I'm gonna do it.
Well, then we better get going. Do you require any payment for this?
Well, if you have anything of use, I don't need money, as you might imagine. I don't get a lot of opportunity to spend it out here.
Well, I assume that depends on what's of use to you.
Well, food is usually a nice thing.
We can probably spare some rations. We can
That would be
always
sufficient.
fish on our way upriver.
That is sufficient to me.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll bring some extra.
Very good. And
And
she
then
like
I'll run
gobbles down the last of her stew, and puts the tripod aside, sort of like ties things up a bit, make sure the fire is safe. And then she,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, what kind of food do we have actually?
So you look through your rations, and there's a lot of double baked bread, so pretty hard biscuit basically, and then there's some dried fish, some dried meat, and a little bit of dried fruit like apples and stuff like that. And then there's like just one wheel of cheese.
I take the cheese, I cut it up in like this big for the size. I bring a piece of bread for all of us and for the old lady, and some food.
All right, so you like put that in a bag, and then you go back up there. When you return to Stone Circle, you can see the old lady's outside now, and she's sort of like instructing Dagers. If you can help me, I need you to put these stakes into the ground. And she like points. They need to be about this far apart. It's like about 3 meters apart. Make sure they are safe and secured.
I'll get started on that.
All right. So she doesn't have any like tools, and there's no like real tools in the boat except for maybe some oars and scoops for water. But I suppose you can find a big rock and use that to hammer the stakes down in the ground.
Do you want to borrow one of my hand axes and use that?
Well, I assume that can work.
Don't one of you have a light hammer?
Oh, but Throga does.
You might have both, just an axe and a hammer.
No, but then it would be like this.
Oh yeah.
All right. I can just use my shield.
All right. So give me a strength athletics check to see how well you do that.
Don't fail me now, main stat. Unnatural 20.
All right. Cool. Good. So you think you do a decent job, and the lady like starts drawing symbols on the ground with some powdered chalk and that kind of stuff, and then she goes over to you, Dagers. So the next bit, maybe you need to take care of that. I need you to tie the elf down between those two stakes.
Does he need to be tied down?
Well, unless you want him to be spirited away. She doesn't need to, but it will free up your hand to combat the spirits.
All right.
This is not a sacrifice, is it?
No. It is for his own protection. You'll see why.
Get out my rope.
And I guess Dinok just
Dinok, come here.
All right, he gets down on the ground. So you can like tie his feet to one stake and then his hands to the other stake. Give me a dexterity check to see how well you do on the ropes.
Oh, that's
of
not
course,
bad actually.
Brightgrass, if you want to do it instead, you can, or you can aid him if you want to.
Yeah.
So I point him that knot is not good enough.
Do you want to aid me?
Yeah.
Well, we can see. Oh, that actually helps.
All right.
Natural 20.
Very good.
Nice.
All right. So when all this is done, and Dinog is tied down, the old lady has like finished up doing the symbols and stuff. The sun has set. It's dark. The moon is about to rise in the horizon. There are a few clouds, but mostly there's this starry night sky above you. So it's not totally dark, and there's a bit of light coming from the hut itself, from the fire inside, radiating out towards you. And the old lady, well, if you are ready, then we can begin.
I guess we're as ready as we'll ever be. Just make sure my
Very-
shield is strapped on properly.
You just check it one more time. So you probably had like a special strap made in Daggerford while you were there. So it's all like extra secured. And the lady like gets down on her knees next to Dinak and start like moving her hands, and then she folds them and start chanting away in the night. And this goes on for a while, and nothing seems to be happening. She's just sitting there doing the old thing.
Is anything gonna happen?
She's like, patience. Then the wind starts picking up, blows over you. Your cloak flies up to one side, then dramatically to the other side, because it is a cloak of billowing.
Right.
And like leaves start flying through the air, and you know that it's like springtime, so you wouldn't expect leaves to just drop off the trees like this. And at first it's like a stiff breeze, then it's really picking up, so this is like full on, almost a storm now. You have to like lean against the wind, and the old lady's still sitting there, her cloak blowing in the wind around her. Does Dinog have hair?
We
Maybe.
don't know.
We don't know. Maybe he does. If he does, then his hair's blowing in the wind. And then you see a light from outside the stone circle. And it approaches. It isn't a humanoid shape, but it's kind of moving in a way that you'd expect a humanoid to move. It's like swaying as if stepping, approaching.
I'm gonna keep my hand on my sword.
Alright, so you are confronting this thing. Alright. It's just going to stay there for a moment. And then it's going to slowly move away again into the night.
Alright.
And the old lady, a curious soul, but not a helpful one. And she keeps doing this, and now the wind is like really picking up.
I still haven't gotten used to wind.
And another light approaches from another direction. And you look at it, and you think where you would expect eyes to be, there are like two ever so slight pinpoints of light. You feel like you're being watched by something.
Well, I'm still just gonna like be ready with my sword. And just look at it until it does anything.
It slowly coalesces as if light from outside is drawn in to fill out the shape. And slowly, what looks like a soldier of some kind, wearing long chain mail, a bit old-fashioned. But you would know because, well, neither of you would know because you're not from this area.
No.
Short, trimmed beard, short hair, a cloak over his shoulders. Slowly takes shape in front of you. And then he strides forward, still looking at you, Dagers, then at Bright Scratch, then back at Dagers, keeping eye contact. Slowly, and he moves down next to Dinog. And the old lady just seems to be completely gone in her trance, like chanting. And he bends down, his hands under Dinok, and he starts lifting him off the ground. And then the ropes catch, sort of like keeps him down. And this ghostly figure starts to like pull harder, jerking at the ropes.
That doesn't seem good.
No.
I'm just gonna. Can I
I
grab
draw
a
my
ghostly
arrow.
figure?
You can try.
I'm
So
just-
I
if
draw my bow and arrow.
all right, as you do that, the spirit turns towards you, and this face that was completely blank turns into rage, and you feel something is about to go down. Please roll initiatives.
Oh, that's not good. 6.
6. How much did you get, Brad Scratch?
15.
15. All right. Well, this is very suitable. So, Bright Scratch, you get a sense that that this thing is hostile, and it's about to do something. So you get a chance to react, or more specifically, to act.
Ooh.
It is still clutching Dinok, but it's slowly letting go and starting to rise, slowly lifting off the ground. Its face turning into a mask of anger and rage. Its hands stretching out, the fingers growing into like claw-like things, his hair blowing out around his
I
head.
shoot. Even with the spirit, I shoot.
All right, give me
Because I get scared.
All right, give me an attack roll.
10.
10. You shoot, and you just about miss. Like the arrow flies over his shoulder, and you would have expected it to like make his hair move, but it seems to be independent of what is going around in the physical world almost. Like the wind that is blowing through this stone circle isn't affecting him as you would expect it to affect like physical clothes and hair. Do you have anything else? I believe you have an extra attack because you're 5th level.
Yeah.
Alrighto. Do you want to use it?
Yeah, I'll shoot again.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
That is a 16.
16. This time you hit. So the first arrow goes by. You're a bit shocked, but then you like concentrate. You are a trained fighter. You have faced down dinosaurs and Chult, so you're no stranger to madness, I suppose. So yeah, you hit. So give me some damage.
Come on. That is. Oh, now I can't.
So 1d6 plus your dexterity modifier plus your. Well, you don't have any bonuses, so just that.
Yes. 10.
10 damage.
Hmm.
All right. So the arrow hits the thing, and for a moment, it sort of like gets stuck in something, as if it is like caught in some kind of thick gel or something, and it moves aside as it's hit by the arrow, and a bit of like light breaks off and dissipates. But then the arrow like falls to the ground, and it kind of reforms a bit. It looks down at it.
I think
And,
I pissed it off.
Do you want to use your movement? Otherwise, we'll move to Dagus.
I'll move. Like, are we right next to each other, or am I?
You're like maybe 10 feet away from it or so.
No, but from Dagus.
Well, I assume he's right next to you. You're like standing there observing.
And
Like
I'll
move
move it
behind
tiny
him.
bit to the side. Just tiny bit to the side, just to make some motion
All right.
between us.
Dagus. You saw that the
Yes.
arrow did not appear to have a lot of effect. It did do something, but it wasn't super effective.
Well, let's see what a sword does.
All right.
I
So
just
you
draw
step
my
up.
sword and do the old stab.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
Alright. 22.
22. That is a hit. So you step up and just jab your sword at it. And it's not even like trying to dodge your attack. It just takes the sword straight in the chest. So it gives him
You know what?
damage.
Let's smite it.
All right. So you stab it, and then this bright light runs down the blade and sort of like pumps into the creature. And for a moment, this bluish light of the creature turns white. And this seems to have an effect. But give me some total damage.
Alright. Just total.
Well, separated by type.
Alright. So that would be 11 slashing damage.
All right.
And 6 radiant.
Very good. So the attack with the sword plunging into its chest, it did something, and you can feel the blades like hit something. It's a bit weird. It's not like hitting flesh. And then the light sweeps down, and that seems to have full effect on this creature. And like screams for a bit, and then looks pissed. But it's still your turn.
All right. Well, let's just hit it again.
All right. So draw out your sword and give it a good slash. Let's see what that does.
That is the same as last time. 22.
22. That's a hit. You hit it in the shoulder.
I'm not gonna use all my smites right now.
All right.
Math. 8 damage.
8. All right. So yeah, you hit it. You think you do some damage, but not a lot. There's like this wisp of light leaving the spirit as you hit it with the sword. Is there anything else you want to do?
Just get back close to Bright Scratch.
All right. It is going to swing a claw at you. This ghostly hand
At me?
sweeping towards you. At you.
Okay.
Because you hurt it with your light. But it's not going to hit you. Sweeps its hands towards you, but you step back. It's kind of like if this is moving in slow-mo almost. So you see another light in this grove, not grove, stone circle. Enter, and it's moving towards Dinok from behind the other spirit, and it's not coalescing into a visible humanoid shape, but you get the sense that it's kneeling down next to Dinok. And that's all it's going to do right now. Bright Scratch. It is your turn.
I'll just have a new.
Sorry?
What?
I just have normal weapons. So I'm like, what to do?
Well, they're not useless. They're just
I'll
less
run up and
effective.
try to stab him with my rapier.
All right. Sling your bow in your shoulder, draw your rapier, and runs towards him.
Don't you
By the
have
way,
2 rapiers?
Yeah.
And isn't your
That's what I
fighting
said.
style, dual wielding? Just, so we remember to use that.
4 times, right?
Well, let's see.
Yeah. Well, three attacks. Use your bonus attack, bonus action to make the second attack.
That is 19.
That's a hit. So I think just roll for all the 3 attacks in one go.
19.
2 hits.
9.
All right. 2 hits.
2 hits, yeah.
So you run up and stab it once, stab it twice, and then the third time it's sort of like, all right, I need to get out of these attacks. All right, so give me some damage for those 2 attacks.
Yeah.
For those 2 hits.
That is 9.
9 damage.
Oh, reroll. 5.
So that's all right. Good. So your attacks, like you poke a hole in it, and there's this like wispy, almost like heavy smoke coming out of the stab wounds for a moment until they close up again as you poke it twice. All right, Daggers, what do you want to do?
Well, just another swing.
All
Go
right.
for the neck. Even though I doubt it really matters on a ghost, but let's see.
Who knows?
Jesus Christ, this dice is really like it likes 14. So that would be 22 again.
There, it's it. This is your signature move. 14.
Let's see. 9 damage.
All right.
On the first attack.
Indeed. And the second.
Oh, 23.
Oh.
And 11.
11. Very good. So that is... All right. It is still standing. As you swing your sword, you hit it twice and kind of leave these ethereal trails behind your sword as you carve through this almost like wispy, smoky figure. Then it's going to like just hover a bit above you, in front of you, and then its face turns into not just an angry like expression. This is just like pure horror. It's as if the skin like sticks closer to the bones, the eyes sink in a bit, the hair grows a bit longer, and it's just the most terrifying thing you've seen this day. Both of you. Give me wisdom saves.
Come on, I faced down an illusion of Tiamat. I can do this.
And Dagos, you do it with disadvantage.
I don't think that's gonna change anything, to be honest.
Oh.
Alright. How did you do?
Natural 1.
Holy shit. Alright. And Bright Scratch, how did you do?
12.
12? Alright. You both fail.
Oh
and
no.
Fear fills your entire bodies.
Okay.
Not just the fear of an opposing enemy, but a supernatural fear. And you, as long as you are feared or frightened, you will try to move away from this thing. And if you try to attack it while you see it, or do anything while this thing is in your vision, you will do so with disadvantage, just the mechanics. But you're filled with horror, and something else happens to good old Dagos. Ooh, all right. You both look at each other, just like fear right in your eyes, and then you start turning. Bright Scratch, as you do this, you notice that Dagger's face seems weird. It's like it has more wrinkles, and his hair has turned from this green, blackish color to a bluish silver. Maybe. I don't know how old Tritons get. But
why am
Dagger's,
I not higher level?
You age 40 years.
So that means I am about 110.
I don't know how old Tritons get from the top of my head, but I think it's old, even for Tritons.
Yeah, I'm up there.
All right. So that happened, and then, well, yeah, you're frightened. So, Bright Scratch, it's your turn.
So every time we attack it while having eye contact, was it?
Just as long as you can see it. Which is kind of necessary if you want to attack it. Well, I guess you can close your eyes, but then it will still be with disadvantage because your eyes are closed.
I'll just run up to it again and try to stab it with my rapiers.
Well, you
since
can't
you're frightened, you can't willingly move closer to the source.
Oh no, right. Then I use my longbow.
Just run away while shooting.
Yeah.
Alright, just runs behind a rock and then pokes out. Tries to shoot an arrow. Alright, give me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Something.
Sure.
That was a natural 20.
Natural 20.
And now it's a natural 1, right? Oh, have you rolled both? Oh.
Now it's the second roll.
Alright, well, then it's just a regular roll now.
That's unnatural 20. So.
Alright, so even through if you can barely look at this thing, and then you look at Dagers, and you can barely look at him now because he looks so old. You shoot the arrow, and somehow it hits its mark. So give me some damage.
8.
8 damage. Alright. The creature is still standing, but it looks like its essence is kind of like starting to seep away in all directions as if it's evaporating in its spot. But it's still there. So you can make another attack if you want to.
Oh yeah. I'll shoot it again. Is it still with disadvantage then? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's...
How much? 19.
No. 10.
10? Yeah. No, the second one is not gonna hit. So you hit the first time and I can't believe I did this. And then you take out another arrow and just like you look at this thing and no, and you shoot into the air and the arrow flies away into the darkness.
Oh no.
Dagers, you are also frightened. Oh, wait, hang on. Bright Scratch, give me a wisdom save again.
6.
6? Alright, you're still frightened. Thanks.
Oh.
Yes.
Your turn.
Oh, I still have one of Bethroga's javelins.
Alright.
In that case, I will run, I guess.
Alright.
Same direction as Bright Scratch is going. And
like you're both hiding behind the same rock, so sort of like poking out, shoot arrows, and then Dagers,
Yeah, and I'll see if I can just throw this.
Alright. Yeah. Attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay, that's not bad, but... Oh, that's the same thing twice.
Alright. Is it 22?
It's actually 23.
Oh my god. Alright, well, you hit with the javelin.
What is the javelin? That's 26. Math. 9.
9 damage?
Yeah.
Alright. So you lob the javelin at this thing. Holding, well, you don't have another hand, so you can't. So you're sort of like just trying not to look at it as you
cowering with my shield.
Yeah. And you lob the spear at it, and you don't see what happens when it hits, but you hear it happening. It's like a and then you like open one eye, and it's gone.
Mm.
You just see the last blue wisps of light disappear into the star night sky above you. The old lady is still sitting there. Also, you feel the fear lift as the source of your fear has been banished.
What about my age?
It's still there.
Okay. Oh,
Am
God.
I
My back.
15?
And maybe this is how the old lady came to be this.
Oh, God.
No. So she's still sitting there, and she's not paying you any attention. You can see that other light source is still next to Dinok. It's not doing anything like pulling on him or anything. If anything, it looks like hands made of faint light have been laid upon Dinok's brow. And the old lady just continues her stuff. Give me perception checks.
12.
What is that?
12. And Bright Scratch 8. All right. So I guess you kind of like move back into the circle now that the ghost has been destroyed. And you look over, and there's another of these lights coming into the circle, moving over next to Dinok, and then sitting down as the first one. And then Dinok, you look over your shoulder as there's something like from the corner of your eye that you notice.
Me?
And you look directly into, yes, you look directly into a face that you can see through. A face of, well, it looks like a dragonborn, but a ghostly dragonborn.
Oh.
And
Is this who I think it
give
is?
me a charisma save.
Charisma save. Oh, I'm actually good at that. I say seconds before doom. 17.
17. You sense that the spirit is trying to do something to you. It's kind of like trying to impose itself upon you.
Oh.
But you have enough wit to recognize this influence, and you shake it off. And then the expression of this dragonborn spirit turns sour. Let's say that.
Maybe it
Angry.
wasn't the spirit I thought.
Well, I assume you think it might have been Grabbalust. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. This one looks like the clothes it's wearing looks way too old.
Okay.
Like,
I thought I had
it
friends
looks
for
like
a second there.
it looks like some kind of druid, but a spirit.
All right.
So yeah, this has obviously tried to do something to you. So give me some initiative.
Me too? Or
Yes.
10.
10. And Bright Scratch.
well, I rolled an unnatural natural 1.
Natural 1. All right.
So, but is it +2, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
For once, I rolled well on an initiative roll.
Oh.
For once, I rolled a natural 1.
It's just gonna, as you thwart its attempt to possess you, it's going to try to strike you with this withering, ghostly hand. But it's not going to do a good job at it. It's going to strike at you, and you just instantly jump back from this thing. Maybe you're already jumping as you saw this creature so close to you. So that is its turn. So Dagos, it is your turn. Clearly something hostile is within your vicinity.
Yes. Well. It deserves a strike back.
I guess Bethroga should also join this fight.
Oh.
But just go on. Give me some rolls.
26.
That is a hit.
I can't do initiative for shit, but my attacks are okay.
Well, that's all that matters.
I'll also smite it.
Very good.
With a
My
second.
other party, so Jurgen always rolls well on his initiatives, but he can't hit.
Oh.
So,
Well, I'll also use Smite
Mm.
with a second level spell slot.
so you hit it with your sword. You see it go into the side of this oily, shadowy figure, and then just give it the full smite, light running down your arm, down the blade.
Well, let's
Kind
see.
of. Well, let's see how much damage. it does.
Hopefully it'll be. Maybe it's just a little like whoo. Well, the and the slashing damage is 6 slashing
6
damage,
slashing damage.
and then the smite is 14 radiant
14.
damage.
All right. Very good. So good. So yeah. So the strike with the sword itself doesn't seem to do much. It just lodges the blade inside this weird ghostly figure. But then the light just rushes down the blade and blasts half the shoulder off this ghost. And it doesn't reform. It just blows away and then turns to tiny pinpoints of light that flies away like dragonflies.
Oh yeah, I have another attack. Jeez, there was some bass in that one as well.
So you pull the sword out and then you go in for another attack.
Yep. What is going on? 26 again.
You hit it again.
Just a normal attack.
Yeah, you can only cast one spell per turn, so that makes sense.
Oh right, it's the bonus. 7.
7 damage. All right. So yeah, you hit it again. Carve off a little bit of this wispy light, but that's about it on the second attack. It's still going. Bright Scratch.
Yeah.
So you turn around, hearing this commotion, and then you're just like almost blinded by this light from Dagger's spite, and you see that another of these ghostly apparitions nearby, clearly engaging Dagger's in mortal combat.
I run up with my rapier.
All right. As you want to do the 3 attacks. All right. Give me all the rolls. Let me sort them out.
23.
That's a hit.
10.
That is not a hit. The first one, yeah, that hit. Then the second one, whoa, goes too wide. And then the last one.
19.
That's
a crit.
So...
That's a crit for me. Like I rolled 19.
You're
right.
You're right.
And then the last
champion.
Last one. So it's not perfect, but the instinct, you just turns the blade a bit, and you find like there's some kind of weak spot in it, some kind of glowy part that you hit, boom, and it pops like a balloon. Maybe we'll see the damage. So just as a reminder, you also have an action search that you can use to gain another attack, if you so desire.
Yes.
Unless you want to save it for the battle rock.
I'll use it.
All right. So another attack. So actually, it is. No, you don't. What do you? Hang on a second. Do you get? Let me just check. So that was 2 hits. So you rolled for the 4th attack. You can push your You can take 1 additional attack on top of the regular action and a possible bonus action. So you can also.
You can attack again.
Okay, so this was 15.
That's a hit. And you can attack again.
The 5th attack.
So that is what, 3 hits so far?
22.
So 4 hits total. So just.
And one of them is a crit.
The second one misses. Then the third one hits perfectly, and then just follow up with the last one. So 4 hits, and 1 is a crit.
Yeah. So just roll damage for them.
Yeah, so that'd be 5d8 plus your dexterity modifier 4 times.
Okay.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot.
9.
So 9. Just give me the total.
Good.
Oh, I can add it up for you. So first one 9.
7.
7.
Ooh. 11.
11. Like the best character from Stranger Things.
And 8.
And 8.
Yeah, 8.
Right, so that's 20, 28, 35. That is pretty good.
Ooh.
So you just
then it's
go
half.
to town and Dagger's, you're just looking at this and she's just like, just like, it's almost like a whisk that you're whisking this ghost about and sort of like trying to reform. Whoa. It does reform because it is, it's just your good old rapiers. Nothing magical about them. But it still does take quite a lot of damage. So that was... which means it is... Alright. But you think you fucked it up pretty well. It's not like, whoa! I just wanted to possess someone.
No.
Then Bethrogar runs up and tries to hit with her axe. And she hits.
Maybe we should have taken a long rest. I would actually have been a lot more useful.
Right, so that is 12, which is hard. So she swings the axe 2 times. The first time it hits, the second time doesn't. But it sort of like lops off one of this ghost's legs and it just disappears in smoke. But it is still there. It is... It is going to try to hit you, Bright Scratch, because you did so many attacks.
How close is she to me?
She's right next to you.
Disadvantage.
So it moves in to make the attack, and then it just imposes your shield. And you somehow manage to block this ghostly hand. Boom. Or maybe not. Let's see. So it rolled a total of 14. What is your armor class?
14.
Fucking leather armor.
So you extend your shield in front of Bright Scratch, but the ghost hand just goes through it and scratches her anyway. So you take... Let me just find my dice. So that is 8, 10, 13, 16 necrotic damage. So this hand doesn't really scratch your skin or your flesh. It just passes through you and leaves like a coldness behind. So 16 necrotic damage. And then it is Dagger's.
Let's finish him off. Hopefully. Another stabby stab. Which misses. 12.
Well, it hits.
Oh, does it? Okay. It just hits, I assume.
Oh, you don't know. You don't have a good old monster manual.
Oh, true.
In character, at least.
I don't out of character either. That would be 12 damage.
All right. You stab it, and it just looks at you, and then it explodes.
Okay.
Like a puff of dust. Only this dust is blue and it's glittering as it blows away in the strong wind.
Can I see what's going on at the ritual?
You look around and you can see basically Dinoc is lifting off the ground and sort of like straining the ropes as he's like moving up, as if some invisible hand is trying to pull him away. And the old lady just, the spirits are harsh tonight. But it's a good sign. They have hold of his soul's connection. But you can't hurt them. But you can fight them still. Careful lest your friend will be spirited away. The ropes hold tight, and the stakes, they move a bit in the ground, but they're not pulled out or anything. So you can see that Dina is still being held. But it's as if he's sort of like lifting off the ground, and something is trying to just rip him out and carry him maybe away in the wind into the sky.
Well, first of all, I just go over there to be close. Maybe just push him down, actually.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You can both make strength athletics checks. All right. How are you doing?
What happened?
Not one.
Natural one.
Okay, good. 26.
26. Okay, so Dagers, you go and you just put your hands on Dinok's chest and push him back down onto the ground. And so like, he's being pushed up again, and you lean over, hold him down. Brad Scratch, you also move over and put your paws on Dinok. You don't do anything, but no one notices because you are like, it looks like you're doing a lot of stuff. Oh!
Okay.
So Dagers just sort of like, hold down the side of him, and you like put your paws, and he starts lifting the side. Oh! So yeah, you're managing to hold him down. Then around one of the stones, you see a figure appear. Another ghostly figure. And he moves towards you and like swaying from side to side, looking you up and down. And you think you've seen this person before.
What does this person look like?
He looks like a dragon cultist.
Well, we've killed lots of those.
He looks like someone who had surprise on his face maybe when he died. A crushed throat, slash wounds.
Oh.
Looks like the sentry that you spoke to when you were disguised as the farmer.
Oh, right. That guy.
Looks down at you.
Does he recognize me?
Well, you can make an insight check to see his reaction.
Alright. 14?
14.
Yeah.
You think he has recognized you.
Alright.
He sort of leans against one of the standing stones, looking at you work, trying to hold down Dinok.
That guy's up to no good. I point at him, but I still just hold down Dinok for now.
I figured you weren't a farmer.
Oh well. Oh. Can't blame me for trying, right?
It was a good disguise.
Thank you. So you here to just chat, or?
I'm waiting.
For?
Who knows?
Sorry.
Would you like to know?
I mean, why not?
Well, I'm not inclined to tell you. You are a bastard. You killed me.
Did
I'm
I?
kind of trying to figure out a way to best deal with you.
Well,
Make you drown yourself, but I suppose you are a fish man, so that probably won't work.
you can certainly try. But you wouldn't want me to kill you twice, would you?
Nah, maybe I'm just here to chat.
Yeah. We can do that. But I'm kind of busy at the moment.
It looks like it.
Mm.
I'm kind of new to this stuff. I assume you can't see what I'm seeing.
That depends on what you're seeing.
He looks at Dinoc. He looks like around Dinoc, as if there's something going on around him, apart from just the darkness of the night. There's you're keen to get him.
Hold on. Let me just
Type out of game. My phone won't charge right now, so it's on 4%.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. All right. Well, we are getting close to the end, so.
Yeah, just so you know, in case
All
I
right.
suddenly disappear, it's my phone that's charging.
All right.
Yeah.
I will use divine sense.
All right.
So I can sense any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me.
Presumably you cast a spell before.
I mean, probably before we
Yeah,
we started.
Yes. And you used it to there was once when you were in this cave and there was this like skeletal thing, and you cast that spell and it told you that this was an undead thing, and that was a good thing because then it didn't get to surprise you and you were able to defeat it by surprising it. So you used it before to pinpoint your suspicions like towards one target usually. Right now, the senses are just going off all around you. It's as if the storm itself reeks of undeath.
Oh, well,
Maybe this wind is not of this world.
Well, that's not good at all. Alright, good to know.
And the dragon guys are like, I guess you've been busy while I was gone. Been killing a lot of my I guess you would say colleagues. Some of them I would call friends.
Well,
killed one of my captains.
Oh yes. Right. Well, you know, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah. Do you know how I know this? It's not like I'm following you around or anything.
Oh,
This whole
I thought we had a fan.
Being dead stuff, you know, you're kind of like bound to the place, that kind of stuff. Until this weird spell opened a path. It's very interesting. There's a lot of people here.
Well, I can't see what you're seeing, but I can sense something.
So do you want to know how I know that you killed a lot of my friends and companions and
Sure.
whatnot?
I'll take the information.
All right. Well, I can tell you that they are on their way. And there's a lot of them. You've done well.
Yes. I suppose we have.
But for now, we're just chatting.
Yes.
You and I. Just chatting. And then you can see lights starting to illuminate the ground around the stone circle. There, one over there, another over there. And you can see these. One of them looks like a dragon cultist, but it's kind of like one side of him slides weirdly in front of the other half, and then the other side slides around as if it's kind of like not held together totally in the middle. And
Oh,
it's pretty gruesome. 1 second the face is whole, then it's kind of like skewed, then moves back a bit.
I think
There's one
that's one of
that's
yours, Bethroka.
just strokes. Yeah.
I suppose.
So yeah, I think as these apparitions encroach all around you, we're gonna call it a session.
Oh my god.
And then next time we're gonna find out
That's
what
actually
they are
pretty
gonna
perfect.
do.
That's actually pretty perfect because I have 2% now.
Alright, perfect.
I'm like sitting here like, please don't die for me.
So you look around. All right, let's do this sprite scratch, and she just like, oh.
Well,
All right.
I never
So
imagined.
next time, hopefully, we'll have a few more people.
Hopefully,
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll see. It's always a mystery.
I never imagined
And
I would have
also-
to kill Dragon Cultist twice.
Shadows Die Twice. Isn't that a game called that?
Oh, right.
Sekiro?
Yeah, yes.
Anyway. So, yeah, we have a new updated offline screen also, which shows our schedule a few weeks ahead. You might have noticed that the stream after the next one is cancelled because I'm in Scotland, so no DM. And then we have a special stream, which will be unveiled next week, maybe. So yeah, but next time, good old regular main campaign, where we'll see what these ghosts are all about, and maybe, if you survive, Dinoc might have some answers.
Oh my god.
Good
By the
God.
way, when you come back from Scotland, I'm guessing that there's gonna be like a shit ton of dwarfs in the setting all of a sudden, just so
Maybe.
you can use the accent. I'm looking
Maybe.
forward to it.
They're gonna start Scottish, and then they're probably gonna turn a bit French,
Yeah, just
and then a
trail
bit
off.
German, and then I don't know,
That's perfect.
Italian.
That's the best way to do it.
Yes. But that is it for tonight.
Yes.
We'll be back next week, 7 p.m. Central European Time.
Yes.
Same place. See you
See ya.
in the future.
Huh.
Bye.